she did was ask you, how do y'all know Jesus ain't the white man? Why can't you just intelligently pull out your scriptures and say, well, sister, listen to it like this, okay? Go to Revelations and you'll see that he is described as having burnished bronze skin. Now, what does burnished bronze look like, sister? And then you pull out a picture of what burnished bronze look like. Be like, yeah, this is what it looks like. It looks just like your beautiful melanated skin. And, you know, sister, check this out right quick. The Son of the Most High is described as having woolly hair. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, woolly hair is like the texture of my hair, or like the texture of your natural hair. Sister, you was made in the likeness, in the image of our Father. And so you should get rid of that blonde weave, sister, because you're not, see, the white man, they trained us to have self-hatred so that we would want to look like them. But what you don't know, sister, is that you are really beautiful in your natural state with your natural kinky hair and whatnot. And so put away the ways of our oppressor and learn to be yourself, you know, and you speak to your sister in love instead of bashing her and cussing her out for asking you about white Jesus. You probably have a convert. That's the whole point that I was trying to make about cussing people out on the streets. I mean, normal psychology, human psychology, basically says that when you approach someone respectfully, you'll get respect in return. You know what I'm saying? You can't disrespect people and expect them to flock to you.
Oh wow, he just called me a freaking B word. I think I want to listen to everything he said now.
That's like if you go to a job interview, right? And your job interviewer, you're trying to win your job interviewer's respect, right? And they asking you questions about yourself. They ask you, what are your weaknesses? And you look at them, and when they ask you that question, instead of respectfully answering the question, you look at them and you say,
so what you trying to say? What you trying to say, that I got weaknesses? You know what, you stupid?
You interrupt this program. I don't think you end up getting hired that day. Your first impression on that job interviewer is gonna be that you're probably mentally unstable, you're probably violent, you got mental problems, you're crazy, you might try to physically harm somebody, and that you cannot be trusted. They are not going to respect anything else that you say from then on forward. How can you expect unknowing Israelite sheep to basically respond any different? I mean, like I said, you cannot talk to people a certain way and expect a positive response. The reason why so many people are coming away from the Hebrew Israelite movement is because it's been associated with terrorists standing on the corner, cussing people out, making a complete scene out of themselves. I mean, I've seen videos of Hebrew Israelites fighting, cussing each other out, going back and forth, warring with one another like the freaking East Coast and West Coast hip-hop wars back in the day. And, you know, just making a complete scene. You know, when you think about the hood, I mean, now what I live in is kind of like a mock hood. In other words, the young people here, they don't really get all violent, you know, shooting each other with guns and whatnot. But you can tell they glorify the hood life. And so you do see fights, and you do hear loud cussing, and you do see drinking, and you do see baby mama drama, and girls walking down the street half dressed, and all the foolishness that you basically see in the hood. You just don't see the violence, you know. But even in my little mock hood that I live in right now, I see black people, like I said before, standing on the corners, cussing each other out, going the heck off, yelling all loud and screaming and just being completely disrespectful to one another. And when I see them, I don't have any respect for them whatsoever. I just look at them and be like, look at y'all, man. What y'all doing? What y'all arguing over who had the last Hennessy? I mean, what's up, bro? You know? And that's what you Hebrew Israelites that stand on the corner cussing people out don't understand. It's that when y'all do that kind of stuff, y'all make yourselves look very ignorant. That's the point that I was trying to make about cussing people out on the corners. It's not that my ears are so sensitive to cuss words and all that kind of crap to where I just get all bent out of shape when I hear them. I hear people cuss all the time. But my problem is how you approach people. You cannot approach somebody cussing them out and expect them to respect you. Just bottom line. That's one of the points I want to clarify. Let's talk about the polygamy and a lot of the marriage related foolishness that I see among the Hebrew Israelites. I mean, in which case I would say some of y'all are worse than the freaking Christian church. I mean, you look at people like what's that dude's name? The one that looked like Will Smith, Zachary Timms, and how he had prostitutes up there in the hotel room with him and all that stuff, you know? And yeah, that stuff is bad and everything, you know, pastors cheating on their wives and sleeping with other women and prostitutes and getting caught red-handed and whatnot. But my thing is, at least they're ashamed of the fact that they got caught and they know what they did was wrong. And even the people in the Christian community let them know, yeah, man, that was wrong what you did there. But you actually got a Hebrew nigga-lite, camp-alite dogs who literally preach that it's okay to steal another man's wife, or that it's okay to rape young women, or that it's okay to be completely brutal to young women. I mean, I'm gonna just start off with a couple of stories that I personally heard off the bat. I've heard of stories where a young woman would be conversating with somebody on Facebook. They'd just be cool and whatnot. This dude would say, yo, I'm gonna be in town, you know, for a job interview in your location and whatnot. I want to know if I can stop by and hang out with you and everything. And then the young lady would be like, okay, yeah, that sounds great. You know, sure, you could come by my house and everything. The niggas show up and he'd say, yo, I'm only be here for an hour. Then he end up staying there for more than a week. And the next thing you know, he's trying to force himself on the young woman and rape her and crap. And then when he gets what he wants, he's like, now you my freaking wife. And she's like, what the? I mean, I've heard stories where like you have a young Christian couple in which both of them are just so in love with one another, and you know, they basically have the kind of love for each other that you would expect any young couple that worships the Most High to have for one another, right? Then as soon as they come into the truth of who they are as a descendant of our forefather Jacob, the next thing you know, the dude, he reads the scriptures about polygamy and then, or should I say panigamy? Panigamy, yeah, that's a new word that I just made up. Panigamy. Something that niggas do when they want to get extra side chicks, but they don't want to be condemned for doing so. But basically, the dude, he's reading about polygamy in the Bible, right? And he's like, you know, man. And then, you know, his pistachios start sending signals up to his brain and joint. And then, like, you know, he started getting all in the flesh, and then he started looking at other women. He like,
Man, I didn't know I could have more than one wife. And you know what? You know, my first wife, man, you know, she ain't all that anyway, you know. I don't care if this uproots my family or not. I'm about to give me some more booty up here.
completely breaking your wife's heart, completely uprooting your family, your kids, getting separated from you. You just completely disregard her. Now the Bible says that the men are supposed to love their wives, even as Yeshua loved his bride, and that you would give your life for her, and that you should love her as yourself. Now, let's think about this right quick. Love your wife as yourself. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So now, let's say it's a situation, right? Let's say polygamy is legal in the Bible, right? Polygamy is basically the concept of a woman having more than one husband at the same time. Let's say that was legal in the Bible, right? And you talking about polygamy, right? Let's say your wife is like, you know, I think I want to get another husband too, you know? Since you're gonna get more than one wife, you know, just make this an open relationship, you know, bring another dude up in here too. Now, all of y'all Negrolites know, y'all know, man, y'all know this. I don't have to get all up in the camera like this and talk to you, man. Y'all know that y'all would take issue with that. Even if it was in the Bible, even if it was permissible, y'all will be completely against that crap, cause y'all don't want no other Negro, no other male figure catching the attention of your woman. And so, if that's how you feel personally, the Bible says love your wife as you would love yourself, right? Well, you yourself wouldn't want your wife doing that to you if it was so-called legal. So even though it is legal, I feel like you should respect your wife enough to where if she say, look, I don't want you to have another woman up in here, you know your wife loves you and everything, and she don't want another woman getting the same giddy feelings about you that she gets. I feel like the love you should have for your wife should be so strong to where you would say, well, you know what?
Since you don't want this to be, then I won't make it so, sweetheart.